Lies of P is a Souls-like game by the Korean Round 8 Studios that came out last year. The game is a dark fantasy adaptation of the Italian classic Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi, and offers many choices that determine the outcome for different characters, and whether Pinocchio can become a real boy or is stuck as a puppet. With the DLC and sequel confirmed, I felt it was only right to make a video where we go over the best possible choices and where to lie or tell the truth. With that out of the way, let's get started. When selecting a build, your choice obviously has no outcome on anything but combat. The reason why I decided to go with the dexterity build is because it will be useful in New Game Plus for a weapon that's only obtainable with the ending we'll get. The first lie to tell is that you're human to get inside the hotel. Talk to Antonia and equip the schoolboy uniform and use a show-off gesture to remind her of someone. En route to saving Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard, stop by this white sofa, pick up the note, read it, then use the remembrance gesture in front of it. A little further on, a weeping woman suffering from the horrifying petrification disease calls you to her window and asks you to bring her baby to her. Find a baby puppet turning right by the entrance to City Hall. Bringing the doll to her, she will recognize it as her baby, and when she asks you what you think of her baby, you have to lie that she's a cute baby to obtain the music record feel. Also on Elysian Boulevard, you can talk through a window to Toma, a young boy dying from the petrification disease as well. Listen to him talk about his friend Murphy, the police puppet. Now you have to defeat the Scrabbed Watchman, or Murphy, and after you do so, take the faded whistle from the bench in the area where you fought him. Go back to Toma's window and blow the whistle. Before the entrance to Ventini's factory, answer Arlecchino's riddle correctly with the answer human. Fall for the Black Cat scam and buy his forgery to support him financially. Open the Trinity room and get the loot from inside. Kill the survivor to obtain the Stalker's greeting gesture. Use the gesture when talking to the Atoned to avoid having to fight her. Talk to Giangio and agree to find gold coin fruit for him. Pick up the Crotch supply box from the chest in the hallway behind the room where you fight the Carcass mini-boss. Talk to Sister Cecil and promise to find the Archbishop's mark for her. Lie to Alidoro that he can find safety in Ventini's factory. Though this may seem like a jerk move now, you'll see by the end of this video why there really is nothing wrong with choosing this option. Or just play the game for yourself before using this guide. Find the Archbishop's mark in his room and give it to Cecil. After defeating the fallen Archbishop Andreas, go back to where you met her and obtain the praying gesture and the divine service record. Use the praying gesture at the statue in the chapel before the bridge leading up to the cathedral. Go back to the Ventini factory and tell him to go to Elysian Boulevard. He won't trust you this time and will go to the hotel instead. Give the Crotch supply box to Polendina and buy the red apple from him. On the pilgrim's path, make sure you pick up the smiling bunny mark from the child's gravestone. Accept the offer of the Red Fox and the Black Cat to help you take down the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, and they'll follow you for a while to help out against carcasses only to abandon you later on. But hey, not all friendships have to start out well, right? For the second riddle from Arlecchino, choose the correct answer Candle, and find the Trinity Sanctum at the rolling electric ball sequence in the cathedral. Show the smiling bunny mark to the Malum district merchant to be whitelisted and buy the Someday record from him. Kill the eldest of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood and take the painting from their hideout to give it to Geppetto. On Rosa Isabel Street, talk to the old lady by the window and agree to bring her a bottle of La Bleuie. After defeating the White Lady, agree to bring Gentleman Julian his dead wife's belongings. The wife in question actually turns out to be a puppet. Lie to Julian that you saw writings from her on the wall saying that she loves him to reassure him that the love between them was true, and he will give you his wedding ring. Find Adelina in the opera house. Interact with her the second time to give her the red apple and listen to her confession. After defeating the King of Puppets, go back to her room to find her dead with the fascination record obtainable. Back at the hotel, tell Antonia that she's still beautiful and show Julian's wedding ring to Polendina to prove to him that there can be love between humans and puppets. Find a bottle of La Bleuie in the basement of the Lorenzini arcade and give it to the lady on Rosa Isabel Street who asked for it. Pick up the Scandal book in the bathroom near where you meet the wandering merchant. Inside the grand exhibition, climb down the ladder extending down from the ceiling beams and talk to Belle. Say the correct answer, egg, to Arlecchino's riddle, and obtain the key by turning the white marble statue on the left to face the other one. Loot the Trinity Sanctum beneath the swinging chandelier room in the Opera House. Defeat Champion Victor and lie to Simon Manus that he and his alchemists have created hope for a cure. Backtrack to the Saintess statue for a unique interaction with Sophia. Talk to Polendina about curing Antonia, get the cure from Giangio in exchange for a gold coin fruit, and give it to Polendina to have him cure Antonia. Talk to Antonia and learn to play the piano from her. Talk to Sophia about the necklace looted from the King of Puppets, and your hair will become longer. Give gold coin fruit to the Red Fox and Black Cat. Agree to give Eugenie's gift to Alidoro, find him in the barren swamp, and then tell her the truth about his angry reaction to the glove. Teach the clap and sad gestures to the broken puppet. Exhaust rookie explorer Hugo's dialogue options about Alidoro and treasure hunting, and I'll give you a wanted poster of Alidoro and a cryptic vessel. Ask Alidoro about the wanted poster and he'll say it's the work of Medoro, a disingenuous reporter. However, Hugo tells a different story of the relationship between Alidoro and Medoro. Have Ventini decode the cryptic vessel and go to the shack in the Malum district shown on the photo. Talk to the slum resident, then make sure you maneuver around the edges of the shack interior to not fall into his trap. Loot the chest and listen to him leave in a disappointed manner. Agree to find Belle's missing partner, Atkinson. Atkinson will be just ahead from the first Stargazer after you open up the second shortcut. He's unfortunately already on the verge of turning into a carcass monster, but asks you to tell Belle he died as a soldier. Lie to Belle that he was killed by a puppet, awarding the Y record. Drop down to the balcony from the building with the Alchemist enemies on the collapsed street to loot the special Krot supply box from the chest. Give the supply box to Polendina to expand his inventory once more, and buy the cryptic vessel. Answer Ergo to Arlecchino's fourth riddle to receive the Trinity key when the hotel is under attack. At the hotel, make sure to talk to everyone, and Antonia will tell you how to access the Alchemist's secret underground hideout. Go back to the Central Station lobby and turn left to find the fourth Trinity Sanctum. Have Ventini decode the cryptic vessel from earlier and go back to the entrance of the cave where you found Hugo. The gate will be opened and you can explore the Hermit's Cave. The most important loot to obtain here is the Misty Era record awarded for killing the Hermit. In the Relic of Trismegistus, go up the ledge left of the bridge to answer Arlecchino's fifth and final call. Lie that you're not a murderer and get the Chosen One's Trinity key from Arlecchino's surprise box that you get. At this point, it's pretty obvious to all characters that Alidoro is not really who he says he is. Exhaust his dialogue options to get him to reveal that he killed Alidoro and stole his identity, then kill him to obtain a cryptic vessel. Have Ventini decode the vessel, then tell the truth to Eugenie that the real Alidoro was Eugenie's brother and that they are both from the Far East. To receive the record, Proposal Flower Wolf, Part 1. When talking to Ventini about the Ergo wave transmissions, lie that you couldn't hear what was said and listen to the King of Puppets' message at the Stargazer. At this point in the video, I'd like to issue a spoiler warning. If you haven't played the game but became interested from watching this video so far, I highly recommend you play the game blind at least once before finishing this video. You've been warned. When you get to the Alchemist's Isle, interact with all memory apparitions, more importantly the red one. Find the final Trinity Sanctum and talk to Arlecchino. Tell him you're human, then read the Scandal book and exhaust his dialogue options about the Ventini incident. Give the moon toy Arlecchino gives you to Ventini, and listen to him talk about his past, then talk to Pulcinella when he approaches you. Go back to Arch Abbey and kill Arlecchino. Talk to Test Subject 826 in Arch Abbey. When you're confronted by the Black Cat, give him gold coin fruit so you can spare him and his sister can seek a new life outside of Krot. Now go back to the hotel and take your time listening to all records, then check the painting you brought Geppetto. The boy's nose should now have grown very long and should emit a golden glow, and taking it off will give you the weapon, the Golden Lie. After defeating Luxazia in Arch Abbey, go back to Rosa Isabel Street, where you found Julian's puppet wife. Talk to Test Subject 826 and ask about what he saw. You can go back to the puppet to find it moved, and with the text, "I love you Julian," written behind her. Turns out, the lie we told Julian ended up coming true. Teach the gestures anger and happy to the broken puppet and take the reward. Go to Arch Abbey and enter Sophia's room. Choose the option to give her peace, and now Pinocchio's hair should turn grey. Get the memory of beach record from Antonia's wheelchair after she passes away, along with her note. You can also go to the cathedral chapel and do the entreat gesture in front of the statue of the Archbishop. Some sources online suggest this increases your humanity, although there's no text that shows up to indicate this. Similarly to the black cat, the rat fox also accepts a gold coin fruit and will let you and Geppetto walk free. Geppetto then asks you if he's been a good father. Lie yes to show him that you love him unconditionally. After defeating Simon Manus, lie to him that you set Sophia free, since he can tell the truth anyway and Pinocchio is now pretty much fully human. When Geppetto asks for your heart, tell him no and fight the nameless puppet. When you've burned through both of his phases, the cutscene will play. He lunges at Pinocchio with his sword aimed at his heart, only for Geppetto to sacrifice himself, to which Pinocchio takes the opportunity to rip the nameless puppet's heart out instead. As Pinocchio holds the dying Geppetto, he will shed a tear for him, making the old man realize that the son he sought to bring back was actually beside him all along. And that's the end of this guide. Did I miss something? Is there something you would do differently? Be sure to let me and others know in the comments. On a side note, I know this is the first time I've made a video that isn't Fallout, and I'd really like to see how well this video does. If you're only interested in Fallout content, then don't worry, as I'll keep making those for the foreseeable future. In any case, thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.